Stu, we came into these games with Gillingham and Doncaster knowing that Ipswich needed to come out of them with 6 points, and they've done that. 1-0 wins. Tyreek Backinson, the difference tonight. Job done. We move on.
Yeah, I thought this was better than Saturday against Gillingham. This was a game that Ipswich never looked like conceding in, to be honest. They were in utter control from start to finish. I think 70-something% possession, 600 odd passes in the game. And if you have the ball that much, the opposition can't score. And Doncaster never really got around their final third. The only thing about tonight is didn't kill it off. And that just gives you a little bit of nerves going into the last sort of couple of minutes. Doncaster, you just wonder if there's one big Hail Mary or a corner, the goalkeeper came up in stoppage time. But, I mean, they should have won by more tonight, really, shouldn't they? They
should. The one goal that did win it is described by Tyreek Backinson as a worldie. You'll be delighted to know. Tapping in from four yards or so out, Macaulay Bonne with a header that's pushed away by the goalkeeper. Backinson couldn't miss. That was the difference in the end.
He gobbled up the rebound. I'll give you snaffled as well, but I think the official phrase is gobbled up the rebound.
He sure did, and he did it very gratefully. They do that as well. But that was the difference in the end. There are other chances to talk about. Macaulay Bonne had a couple of headers. Luke Wolfenden had a couple of headers. Janoy Dinassian had a header that looped onto the roof. I think that the chances were spread around a bit tonight. Chaplin had one blocked. Selina had one blocked. James Norwood had two after he came on for the final 15 minutes. They couldn't take any of those, but as you say, the job was done, but you do just worry when you see the goalkeeper striding up in green in the 94th minute that there might be an unfortunate sting in it for Ipswich. But really Doncaster didn't offer much.
This was a step up in performance from Sheffield Wednesday and Gillingham in that Ipswich, there was more forward thrust about Ipswich today. They did create more chances. I feel, yes, they didn't take those chances, but at least they created them today. The worry has been that they hadn't been creating a lot of chances, but they did today. It wasn't just sort of keeping the ball, but not really doing anything at the end of it. They just weren't clinical enough today. On another day, I think McKenna said if the second goal goes in, probably goal number 3, goal number 4 follows. Of all those chances that you mentioned, the best ones went to Macaulay Bonne. I think in the second minute, he really should score with a far post header after the ball had been flicked on. He really should score prior to Backinson gobbling up the rebound. That was a close range header that was saved. On another day he could have walked away with a hat-trick tonight. Instead, he leaves the field without another goal, and I think that's 1 in 17 now, which is remarkable given the form that he was in earlier in the season, isn't it? But McKenna's rotated the front three again today, hasn't he? What did you make of that today?
I think bringing Bonne back into the side was the right move. He missed the chances tonight, but I think he just offers that bit more control, and players are able, because he's a bit more controlled in both the way he runs, I think, and the way he possesses the ball. I think that allows the other attackers just to get closer to him and link with him, and I think it just looks all that little bit more joined up than it does with others. So look, I think that's a front three we could well see again at MK Dons at the weekend. It has been chop and change, but I think that three could well go again.
That front three tonight was sort of Bonne as the lone striker, and then we had back to the double number 10 with Selina and Chaplin in behind. I thought Chaplin absolutely ran his backside off tonight, off the ball. Not everything he did in the final third came off, but he left it all out there. Selina had his moments, didn't he, where you thought he was going to dart inside and get a shot away, but his off-ball work has really improved under McKenna. And for me, Lee Evans was Ipswich Town's best player tonight. I think we've talked a lot about how Ipswich have missed Sam Morsey during this 4-game suspension. Perhaps wasn't as much focus on how much they missed Lee Evans during that 3-game injury absence recently, but he just constantly showed for the ball off the back three, swept the ball left and right with that long range of passing, and I thought he enabled Ipswich to control this game tonight. Anyone else for you?
Yeah, Dominic Thompson as well. He's kind of worked his way into his Ipswich career. Started at Sheffield Wednesday on the back of one training session with them, which is always tough. We've seen that with loads of players that have one session chucked in, and it's not quite there. It's never going to be there, is it? In reality there. But he saw a lot more of the ball tonight. Very responsible with it. Kept it well. Moved it well up and down.
His cross for the goal as well.
Yeah, his cross for the goal. Chaplin with that. I love Chaplin's inventive kind of little back header. I think they were quite inventive in the final third Ipswich today. It didn't always come off of it, but there was some invention there. I just like how this team is built from the back. We talked about changing that front three. Backinson has now started games with El Mazzuni, Carroll and Evans. That's been interchangeable, but one thing that's been the same is Christian Walton, Janoy Danassian, Luke Wolfenden and George Edmondson. They're just a unit at the back that offer a solidity which we haven't really seen for Ipswich for some time. It's just all very solid there.
Yeah, massive game on Saturday now, sets it up nicely. 6 wins in 8 under Kieran McKenna, 5 clean sheets in those games. And now Ipswich head to Stadium MK, backed by more than 7,000 of the Blue Army, against third-placed MK Dons, I believe, after tonight. Massive game that. 2 teams that are going to want to get the ball down and play. Really looking forward to it. We'll see you there.